The U.S. Embassy is urging Americans in several different cities to shelter in place. The number of those cities has decreased since Monday, but still includes Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, which will host World Cup games.
I want to tell you guys
later
a
on
story
this
that I had visited Mexico for the first time in 2019. I went to a small resort called Puerto Morelos. It's close to Cancun and Playa de Carmen. And I went out there with one of my buddies for the first time, one of my buddies from college. We stayed out there for a week. It was a nice resort. He had a timeshare, which is one of the reasons why we went there, and he had a good deal. So he hit me up because I was one of the few of the friends with a passport. And I said, why not? Let's go. And Mexico became my second country that I ever visited. Right now, to fast forward several years later, I have been to 14 countries and counting. Spent all my time over there in Asia, Eastern Asia to be exact, Thailand, Vietnam, those places like that. I want to share my input and my experience about Mexico when I was there. Even in 2019, where it was a lot more calmer, it still was a little scary. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. We went out there, and my buddy, he's a flashy dude. He had chains on, had a gold grill and everything. And he was drawing attention everywhere we went. We was in the resorts, they give us all-inclusive food, tequila, beer, alcohol. They got activities. They got concerts almost every other night. A lot of people there, a lot of tourists, foreigners there, Canadians. A lot of Canadians was there. We met a ton of Canadians. So my point is that even when we was at that resort, I was feeling a little uneasy, just because when you step foot outside a resort, you see armed guards, armed security everywhere, holding big, heavy artillery weapons. I mean, these not no little, pea shooters. These were some serious, heavy duty, weapons. So we went to the strip, the Playa de Carmen strip, and we were walking, and everywhere I can remember, everywhere we went, we had eyes drawn on us, from the people who was working at the shops to locals. And I was telling my boy, like, hey man, tuck your chain in, bro. Tuck your chain in, cause it's not even that deep, bro. We here, you don't got too many people impressed here. You know what I mean? So we walking, and I'm forgetting about it. We just walking and exploring, trying gift shops. We over there trying tequila. They got a lot of tequila taste shops. We over there just seeing what the whole place got to offer. And I'm not even gonna lie, they had some baddies. Mexico got some baddies out there for the boys, for the guys who's wondering. So of course, that's close to the Playa Carmen and the Cancun beach. So we right there in the middle of that. But to get back on the story, we're walking, and we end up out there for maybe about 45 minutes, and we just kept having everybody coming up to us. We had some people that come up to us and take our photo with our permission, and then try to ask us to pay them for the photo. There's in costumes. They'll jump right in front of you, put their arms over you real quick, and then they'll snap the photo. Then later on, they'll tell you, hey, $5, $10. And you tell them you don't got it, they upset with you. They'll cause a scene. So that happened to us quite a few times. Then I got hip to it, and once they started to come, we immediately just turn our back on them and move out the way of the frame. So once they figured out we knew the whole play, they just left us alone. But other times, we was in gift shops, and my boy, he started to feel the pressure on him. He's like, hey man, let's go ahead and go back to the resort. But I was having fun, I was mingling and having fun. I was just, getting comfortable. And I guess he was feeling a lot of pressure and heat on him. But we kept looking up, and we just kept seeing a lot of people just look like they were kind of communicating with each other through their eyes. You know what I mean? I'll look at one person, and then I see other people like they're pointing with their eyes in our direction. So long story short, we was there for a week. It's a tons of things I could talk about, but that's just one of the things that stuck out to me when we was in Mexico. You just gotta watch your surroundings. Pay attention to where you're going, not only in Mexico, but into a gang of countries. Everywhere you go, even inside your home city, you gotta just pay attention to your surroundings. You gotta have situational awareness. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep your head on the swivel, especially if you're going somewhere that's unfamiliar to you and you look unfamiliar to the people. So yeah, it's unfortunate what's going on in Mexico right now, and I feel sorry for the people who are over there and stuck as the tourists and people who just passing by, just landing in Mexico in that particular airport just for a connecting flight, and they got stuck. So I pray that the people be okay and things get better there. I haven't been following the story up too much to figure out what exactly is going on over there, but I know that I've been in Mexico and I can just share my experience of what it was like when I was there compared to even now. It's a lot worse, but I just wanted to get on here and bring more awareness to people who are traveling. Always be mindful of the place you're going. You have the U.S. embassies, you have travel insurance, you have a lot of these resources to help you prevent these type of things. But also, but this thing was, unfortunate. It was, it was unpreventable. This was something that just happened, just striking a moment. But you got to have resources and things available for you in a time of need like that. And that's one of the things I would like to talk about is the travel insurance. So, and by the way, I won't cover all those things, but I did make a video about that, about traveling overseas, how to be safe. So if you want to check that out, it'll be the link in this video up here somewhere. And hit that up and check that out. The video I made, I gave a lot of good information on that part and that tips. So just be safe. And if you're a new traveler, please do your research out there. Please do your research. Have emergency contacts. Know what to do when these places and these situations happen. Locate your nearest U.S. embassy. Always have these things in place so when times and things do happen, you're well prepared and you have a high survivability rate on your end. Luck is on your favor as well. If anybody else has been to Mexico, please let me know in the comments. Or if you wanted to visit Mexico, let me know which city and which place. I still hope to go to Mexico in the future because I want to see one of the 7 wonders of the world. And that is one of my goals. I want to visit all the 7 wonders of the world, and one of them is in Mexico. So I do plan to still go back there sometime in the near future. You gotta live, in the near future, so you just gotta live without fear, man. A lot of things that happen in your life that you cannot control, but you just gotta keep moving forward and just hope for the best. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about. I just want to get on here and give my, experience and my story about Mexico. Would I go to Mexico again? Yes, I will, but I will probably be in a much shorter time frame. Will I ever go to Mexico in the future? Yes, I will go to Mexico in the future, but at this moment, it's probably way at the bottom of my list. But I do want to see one of the 7 wonders in the world. And if you ever decide to go to Mexico, make sure to do your due diligence, research, find out the U.S. Embassy, look at the travel advisories, have all those necessary steps in place, and plan for any type of situations that may come up like this that we're seeing right now in Mexico. Alright guys, so yeah, I will leave a lot of links in the bottom of the description. I am a travel advisory. I do give travel insurance out to you guys. I have a full travel guide out there as well. Make sure you click that in the bottom of the description. It will be in the link. And you can find me at all platforms, especially on Instagram. If you want to get in contact with me, you have some questions or advice, hit me up at Real Travel Speaks. And that is one word, Real Travel Speaks. Alright guys, appreciate you guys for locking in, watching this video. On to the next one. Peace.